Hi there, and welcome back to chapter 6, lecture number 5. So in the previous lecture we created this leaf, this nettle, and I want to continue with duplicating this one. Just duplicate the what's the best way? You can do this in object mode but I prefer to do this in the object mode, and I will tell you why. If you're going to use a proportional editing, we want no effect. You don't want to affect this other one, so that's just a choice, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm scaling this one a little bit, and what we're going to do is we start on top. That's the easy part. Turn on proportional editing, that tool, press O on the keyboard, and we drag this to the right position, and there you go. And sometimes you need to make it smaller, sometimes a little bit bigger, but in the end it will work out. So that's a little bit different. Oh, Control Z. I just deleted it or something. Yeah, so we start with the bottom part, and then make it smaller, and you move it. And I think I prefer to just scale these all in once. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so we can continue. Let's turn off the proportional editing, because this needs more handwork. And this right. Oh, that one over there. You don't want to ruin these vertices. So this is time-consuming work, I agree, but in my opinion this is faster than starting from scratch, because some are a little bit annoying, but most of the time. And by the way, if you ask yourself why do I use this green background and the purple one, sometimes you have just you overcross the leaf, and then you have just a little bit green space, but then you won't see this in the end result. So sort of cheating, but it works like a charm. There you go. There you go. Right. So this is pretty much it, what we need to do. So we will continue doing this, and then I will pause the video, and you have to do it all yourself. But I think you can do that. This is, well, I won't call this boring. I have no problems with doing this. It just needs to be done. But yeah, for the video course, it can be paused. Alright, so we're getting here to the complex part. We will do this part together. And I use the proportional editing to just track these without having too much issues. Alright. Yes. Alright. Perfect. Turn it off. There we go. And we're going to make a beautiful leaf. A nettle. I have to say nettle. This one has more, how you say, leaf cuts or edges, but we just ignore it. Alright, so you can do this side yourself. I will pause it and see you in a second. And welcome back. I had a little more challenge on the left side, especially on the bottom part, but in the end it worked out. I only have to work a little bit on the stem. We're going to size this anyway when we're going to attach this leaf on the big stem, the big root. But this is good. Alright, so we duplicate it, and we're putting it right there, and we size this a little to have the rough shape right there. And I will pause, and you will do this completely yourself, but I believe you can after doing all these other ones yourself, so that will be good. Alright, see you in a second. Bye bye. Just a quick note, it's this edit mode. This wasn't separated, not a separated object, and I prefer to have one. So before you continue, we just make one, and now we can pause the video and we can edit the leaf. And welcome back. So I have quite a lot of challenge on the bottom part, so I think it's important to do this together. So I ended up right there, so we have to add some extra edges for the leaf. So that's what we do. And I like to extrude this part as well. We're not going to model each part, but just some of them. And we want to have this one covered, just a pretty small piece, and that one as well. So pretty cool. So I'm switching back to this side, and here's a quick overview how I modeled every single edge. Yes, and I focus on this part and I continue working on it. I will pause it again. So I'm facing the same challenge as I had on the right side, so I will record this action. So if you have the same struggle, or you maybe don't have it, you can see how I try to cover this. So I continue doing this, and I'm putting these in the right position, and you can see I'm reaching out of edges. That is the right naming, I'm not quite sure. And that one over there. This is getting a little bit confusing, but it seems like it needs to be there. And that one. Alright, so this is quite challenging. First, I'd like to add these vertices, so we have sort of faces. Putting these right there, and I think this fits right. All right. I want to have this line to be the same, otherwise we have challenge when we're going to make it curvy. So I like to keep that way. Something like this, and right there, and now we can extrude it and turn off proportional editing, otherwise it will be a little bit distracting. And I want one of that. The white edges there, try to do not touch these, because that is part of the scan, and it shouldn't be there. But it was quite hard to filter it out. Alright, so we are facing this leaf, and we're almost there. And I hope you're still enjoying this. You maybe think, well, next time I'm going to use just a grass generator. There are plugins for easy grass, but imagine that what I'm trying to learn you is so much more than you using a generator. If you are able to make your own grass or nature assets, you feel really like you are in charge instead of just always using this generator. Alright, so I'm quite happy with the result. Pretty nice. So we have 1, 2, 3 leaves, and what is left is adding a texture. So that's what we're going to do in the next lecture. So for each leaf we need to project it and putting it on the nettle texture. Alright, so see you in the next lecture. Bye bye.